Hello everyone, True here, back with another video. I hope all of you guys are having a fantastic day. And before we get into today's video, please remember to like and subscribe. We're getting closer and closer to 75 subscribers, which is an awesome number to have. So please do me a favor and hit the subscribe button. Keep in mind you can always unsubscribe as well if you choose to do so. And please drop a like on today's video. Helps this video get shared with other people. And with all of that being said, let's hop into today's set review. So doing something a little different on the channel today, something that I haven't done before but something that I've always wanted to do is to review some new cards that have just been revealed 17 hours ago. So let's hop into it. So these are all the 100 new cards from Shocking Volt Tackle. It's a new set that's gonna come out in Japan and later will be a part of our November set, our November set, Vivid Voltage. And I'm gonna give you my honest opinion of these cards. By honest, I mean not overhyping a card just to get traffic, like some YouTubers. But yeah, let's just hop into this review. So let's start off. I'm going to be skipping over some bulk cards because those don't really need to be rated that much. And yeah, let's start off with this Shiftry. Shiftry is a stage 2, which is bad. Has 150 HP, which is also really bad. Its ability, Tengu's Proxy. As long as this Pokemon is your active Pokemon, the effect of each supporter card in your opponent's hand becomes draw 3 cards from your deck. That's an extremely powerful ability. I don't know how much this card will see play. Its attack is Fan Tornado. Pretty bad attack, 2 energies, 110. Nothing too overwhelming, but I would only imagine seeing this card played for its ability. It's a really unique ability. It turns a boss's orders into a draw 3 cards. It turns a welder into just draw 3 cards. It turns a research into draw 3 cards. But at the same time, I wouldn't see any reason to why you just wouldn't play Kabutops, the one that prevents your opponent from playing draw supporters. So I feel like Shiftry, while it has a very unique ability, won't see too much play. Let's move on to Ninjask. Shell out once during your turn, when you play this card from your hand to evolve one of your Pokemon, you may search your deck for Shedinja and put it on your bench, then shuffle your deck. So I know what Shedinja does. As a matter of fact, let's go ahead and go to Shedinja. Shedinja is a basic, which is really weird, and it has the ability Wonder Shell. This card can only be put into play with Ninjask's Shell Out ability. This card can't even be put into play when setting up a match. So basically, Ninjask will only be used with Shedinja, and Shedinja's attack is Squeeze Life. Put damage counters on your opponent's active Pokemon until its remaining HP is 10. The one bad thing about Shedinja is that it is a basic, meaning it cannot use triple acceleration energy. So unless you want to welder or attach twin energy and then attach another energy, you're not going to be using this attack and just when you Ninjask it out, because you can't even bench this to attach to it on your first turn because Ninjask is a stage 1. So I don't feel like Shedinja is going to be played at all. It's just a really unique ability that we haven't seen before in the trading card game. So that is something to point out. Go-Goat looks like bulk. Okay, so let's look at Orbital V and Vmax. Orbital V has 2 attacks. The first one is Flatter for 20 damage. You may switch this Pokemon with one of your bench Pokemon. Not a terrible attack. Pretty nice way to switch back into Jirachi, sort of a hit and run sort of thing. Mystery Wave, 50 damage. This attack does 30 more damage for each energy attached to your opponent's active Pokemon. Not a terrible attack, actually. Certainly not a tier 1 attack, but it's certainly not a bad attack. A lot of Pokemon in the format only require 2 energies to attack though. So while this attack can be very powerful, the chances of it ever hitting numbers is not that high. For example, Eternatus only needs 2 energies to attack, and you do 110 damage, and that's not a lot against Eternatus, and an Eternatus just one hit KOs you. and your Orbital dies. So not the greatest second attack. Let's look at the Vmax. The ability Wonder Beam, once during your turn, if this Pokemon is your active Pokemon, you may put 1 damage counter on each of your opponent's Pokemon. Now that is an extremely powerful ability. It's like a free Shrine of Punishment, but only on your turn instead of in between turns. But that's still really powerful. Technically, if you manage to hit all of your switches, you could alternate in between Orbital Vmaxes and just spread 40 damage on all of your opponent's Pokemon if you really think about it. This, in combination with Birdkeeper, is going to be pretty strong, I would say. However, it does struggle to Eternatus because it only has 310 HP, and Eternatus just needs 4 Zigzagoon Pings to be able to one-hit knockout it. And its attack G-Max Wave, this attack it's the same attack except it does 50 more. Again, you need a way to force your opponent to attach more energy. Probably Wonder Labs is your one of your best bets. Also, I wouldn't mind. I want to try this in combo with Actizolt from Darkness Ablaze. I'm pretty sure I butchered that pronunciation, but the one that puts 2 damage counters on your opponent's Pokemon whenever they attach an energy to it. You could combine this with some energy disruption and force your opponent to take more damage as they attach energy, and then while they attach energy, you're still hitting pretty hard. So that could be an option for the deck. Sounds pretty clunky, but it could make it work. So pretty cool card. Not the best in the game because it suffers from many meta decks, but certainly something to look out for. Let's move on to Charizard. Charizard, super popular Pokemon. Let's see if it's playable. Ability Battle Sense. Once during your turn, you may look at the top 3 cards of your deck, put one of them into your hand, and then discard the other cards. This is similar to Pidgeotto, except they put the other card on the bottom of the deck. Charizard, pretty cool ability. Let's see. For 2 Fire Energy, King Blaze 100 damage. This attack does 50 more damage for each Leon in your discard pile. That's honestly pretty darn good. The one main problem I would see is finding all of your Leons to put them in the discard pile, but if you think about it, if you have 3 in your discard pile and you play a Leon, you're hitting 330 damage for just 2 Fire Energy. You would probably have to play, you could combine this with Welder as well, but I feel like that would be a bit unnecessary, especially since your attack cost is only 2 Fire Energies. So I feel like this card has some potential. It's probably just going to be a little cute rogue deck at most. The ability is pretty strong, synergizes well with the attack, but at most I can't really see this card competing competitively. You just have to find so much, and cute rogue deck is my reading on Charizard. That's all I think it will really be. And we have the Flareon. With the ability lock, if this Pokemon has Memory Capsule attached to it, each player's grass Pokemon has no abilities. That's pretty good against Rillaboom. If Rillaboom ever becomes popular, or even if this guy becomes popular, someone might come up with Eevee and shut this down with Flareon. So Flareon, and I believe there's also an Eevee and like a Leafeon or a Vaporeon with the exact same ability for the opposing types. So we do have to be aware that these cards are in the meta, but in the current meta, I don't think we'll see much play with the Flareon so far. Cargo is bulk. Okay, Talonflame V. This is one of the cards I was looking forward to talking about. It has its first attack is Fast Flight. If you go first, you can use this attack on your first turn, discard your hand, and draw 6 cards. Pretty strong attack. I remember back when Steam Siege released, Talonflame was a card that was played in Greninja Break. 4 of that was played, and basically you could use it to set up very easily. Even though it was a stage 2, it had an ability, I believe it was called Arrow Flight, where you could put it down if you had it in your starting hand. Even though it was a stage 2, it was a super cool card. And I think we can easily compare it to this card because if you go first and you have like a really bad hand, you can just attach and then discard it and draw 6. So this card is super good if you want to go fast. Second attack, Crimson Wings, 160 damage to start and energy from this Pokemon. Not that good. At most, I would see this really being only used for its first attack. But other than that, the second attack is sort of bad. There's just so many better options in the current format, like Centiskorch. So, yeah, but Fast Flight is a pretty strong attack. There's the Vaporeon we were talking about. The ability shut off for the fire energies. Same opinion on the Flareon. Not good right now, but could see play. Wailord, 200 HP. Hydro Pump. This attack does 40 more damage for each water energy attached to this Pokemon. So you would be hitting 170 damage for 4 energies, but then you're just getting one hit knocked out, and you have to find your energies again, and it's already a stage 1. You would have to combo this with Frostmoth, and it just sounds a little bit clunky to me. I don't know why you would ever not play Inteleon VMAX over this. So Wailord, pretty bad. Let's move on. Samurott, stage 2, takes 30 less damage from attacks. Aqua Wash, you may return 2 energy cards from your opponent's active Pokemon to your opponent's hand. Alright, that's not a bad attack at all. That's a pretty strong energy disruption. Yeah, I think Samurott will also make a cute rogue deck along with Charizard. It's gonna be really cool. Pretty beefy, 190 HP. You can buff that up with Big Charm. Make it 220 HP. You still get one hit KO'd by Eternatus, but at the same time you are heavily disrupting your opponent's energy. So I think Samurott is a pretty cool card, and just might be a pretty cool meme. That's my rating on it. So, and now we're on to the next set of V and VMAX. Galarian Darmanitan. The V's first attack, Frozen Headbutt, flip a coin to your opponent's active Pokemon is now paralyzed. That's a pretty nice attack. You know, if you ever need to buy a turn, you could flip a heads, and heck, you could buy a turn. Freezing Fist, 109 damage, does 30 to itself. Not bad, but not too good either. I think Frozen Headbutt is a better attack than Freezing Fist. The VMAX, with 4 water energy requirement, max snowfall, 200 damage. This attack does 30 damage to each of your opponent's bench Pokemon. That is a very strong attack. Heavy spread, 200 damage is a pretty good number. So this card will most likely see play, but my one problem with this card is that it is weak to metal. So Zacian will one-hit KO it, and if you play against ADP, you will get absolutely slaughtered, and I mean absolutely slaughtered by Zamazenta. And that's why I don't think this card will see much play, at least for now, because ADPZ is still really good, and as long as ADPZ is good, this card is really bad. Let's move on. Dreadnought, auto paralyze. If you played a supporter from your turn, something to note, it's gonna be a meme, but nothing competitive. Cramorant, continuous barrage, 60x damage. You may discard any number of Arrokuda from your bench. This attacks is 60 more damage for each Arrokuda discarded in this way. Could see play and expanded. I would say pretty cool rogue deck, 240 damage turn 1. It's always pretty nice. And if you want a budget expanded deck, well, you have Cramorant now. And you have Rescue Stretcher, but in standard, I don't think this card will see much play. I don't think we have a quick enough way to recover Arrokudas. You have Ordinary Rod, sure, but then again, you need to search all of them out again, and that's just a nuisance. So I think Cramorant's more suited for expanded if you want to play it at all. Let's look at Arrokuda. It's just you probably won't attack with it unless you want to spread. Unless you want more Arrokudas on the bench, and then your active Arrokuda will probably die. So then you'll have to find another way to get an Arrokuda out. So Arrokuda, not the best first attack, I would say. Barrascuda, target Scuba, choose one of your opponent's bench Pokemon. This attack does 20 damage to that Pokemon for each damage counter on it. That's pretty good. That's very good actually. Just like sort of Air Kinesis, but for 1 energy. Pretty nice. Being able to snipe any one of their bench Pokemon for 20 damage. Very nice way to clean up a damaged attacker. I definitely think this will see play with Galarian Darmanitan. You hit 200, you spread 30 anywhere. You do this a couple of turns, and then Barrascuda will have enough damage. Your opponent's bench will have enough damage for Cuda to finish off Crobats and the Dene. So Cuda, super good actually, now that I think about it, even though it's a stage 1. Now we're on to the lightning types. Pikachu V. Charge, search your deck for up to 2 lightning energy, attach them to this Pokemon, then shuffle your deck. A worse Boltund, but certainly not a bad attack. Thunderbolt 200, discard all energy from this Pokemon. That's sort of bad, but again, not terrible. 200 damage again, pretty cool. Pikachu Vmax, 310 HP is really bad. Again, is what's it called? Eternatus will give Pikachu Vmax a headache. So let's look at the attack. For 3 lightning energies, Gmax Volt Tackle, 120 damage. You may discard all energy attached to this Pokemon. If you do, this attack does 150 more damage. 270 damage, discard all energies. It's questionable because you need an efficient way to charge up Pikachu VMAX over and over. And I think the only efficient, and with Thunder Mountain rotated, it just makes this deck harder and harder to work with. Sure, you do have the new Electrode with the ability Buzz Zap Generator. Once during your turn, if your Pokemon's on your bench, you can knock it out and then search your deck for 2 lightning energies and attach it. But at the same time, you're going to have to do this twice in order to KO a VMAX. And that's just giving up 2 prize cards, and then you're going to have to do it again in order to, you're just going to have to keep using your Electrodes, and before you know it, your opponent's only going to have to KO a Pikachu VMAX, just one, and that feels really bad. So I honestly think Pikachu VMAX won't see much play. It's not really a good card unless some miraculous way comes out for you to charge up lightning energy, to charge up 2 or 3 lightning energies in one turn. I do not think Pikachu VMAX will see that much play. There's a Jolteon with the water ability lock, so again, pretty cool. Won't see play now, but might in the future. Zapdos, Snipe Blender, discard all energy attached to this Pokemon. If you do, this attack does 160 damage to one of your opponent's V or Pokemon GX. Nice way to kill a Dene, but again, we do need an efficient way to charge this up. So if we get more lightning support, heck, Pikachu VMAX and Zapdos might see play. Zebstrika is bulk. What else? Electros, stage 260, 1 lightning energy, stun Fang. During your opponent's next turn, if your opponent attaches an energy from their hand to the defending Pokemon, put 6 damage counters on that Pokemon. Very cute attack, but unfortunately Switch is just so popular right now. And again, a VMAX has 340 HP, they attach an energy, okay, they have 280 left. What's the big deal, you know? So, sort of underwhelming, but it's a pretty cool attack. Electric Sprinkler, 120 damage. This attack is 30 damage to one of your bench Pokemon, 30 to one of your opponents. Yeah, Electros isn't going to see much play. Alakazam V, onto the Psychic Pokemon. Thought Spoon, put 3 damage counters on your opponent's Pokemon in any way you like. That's basically Mew's Psy Power, so not a bad attack. For 2 Psychic Energy Mind Ruler, this attack is 30 damage times the number of cards in your opponent's hand. So we could see this with Omastar, but unless we have a way to put a lot of cards in your opponent's hand or force them to draw cards, this card's not going to be that good. Yeah, I don't see Alakazam V seeing much play. Hopefully we get an Alakazam VMAX because this card is sort of underwhelming at the moment. Already went over Senja. Dusko. Oh man, this card has been seeing talk. As long as this Pokemon is in play, special energy cards attached to each player's Pokemon have no effect and now provide 1 colorless energy. I could see this as a tech in some wacky stall deck, maybe to prevent special darkness hiding energy from working. You know, it's a very annoying card to deal with. It turns heat fire energy into a normal energy. It turns speed lightning energy into a normal energy. Dusko is just a very disruptive card, so might see play, might not. Stage 2 again, so that sort of hinders it, but super cool ability. Alright, let's see what else is possibly good. Let's see. Okay, Whimsicott. We've seen this card talked about. Flyaway Rush. You may discard as many tool cards from your Pokemon as you like. This attack does 40 more damage for each tool card discarded in this way. Pretty cool. You hit 170 damage just for discarding 4 U-turn boards. But the one problem I do see with this card is the fact that Marnie is a card. So once you do discard all of your U-turn boards, they will be Marnied away. And with Adventure Bag being rotated, it will be very difficult to find all those U-turn boards again. So I think that Whimsicott, it's a cute rogue deck, but Marnie just sort of kills it. If your opponent hits Marnie over and over, you're just in a really, really rough spot. So that's my verdict on the card. Let's see what other cards are good. Alcremie, Sweet Share, once on your turn when you play this card, you may have each ooh, that's pretty cool. That's a cool ability. Certainly won't see play, but pretty unique. I don't think I've seen anything like this before. Basically, allowing each player to draw a card. Cool. Machamp. Ooh, Macho Revenge. 20 damage. This attack does 20 damage for each fighting Pokemon in your discard pile. Cool rogue deck. Certainly hinders again because it's a stage 2, but you can play Rosa, you can play Karate Belt. Alright, Machamp does have some tools to work with. It can hit pretty hard as well, so Machamp might just see some play. Yeah, communication synergizes really well because you have to play a lot of Pokemon, so I definitely see Machamp being a potential, actually sort of good rogue deck. Dynamite Punch 200 damage, that's not the attack we're going to be looking to use. Donphan, 1 energy, Earthquake, that's really good, 120 damage for 1 energy, sort of like Excadrill. You can play Mew to prevent the 20 damage to each of your bench Pokemon, so that's something to look out for as well. Terrakion, not good. Let's see if there's anything else that's worth mentioning. Heavy Slam, bad attack. Yeah, a lot of these cards are just filler cards. Okay, there's a Galerion Surface V. Resolute Spear, once during your turn, when this Pokemon moves from your bench to the active spot, you may move any number of fighting energy from your other Pokemon to it. So if this card can very well go in Machamp, if your Machamp doesn't get KO'd, and you want to use Galerion Surface for 200 damage for some reason, you can. So Galerion Surface, it's a super cool card, just like a Heatran, except it hits a little harder and doesn't have a GX attack, so, and it's a little bit more beefy, so Galarian Surfetch'd, pretty cool card, honestly. Definitely might see play, if Rainbow Energy ever gets reprinted, definitely can go in Mewtwo, if Mewtwo's still in Standard by that time, so that's pretty cool. Drapion V, Rack Down, 70 damage, not that good. Hazard Claw, 130 damage, discard 2 energy attached to this Pokemon and leave your opponent poisoned and paralyzed. You can combo this with Hydreigon, it's just a lot to continue doing, but you can use energy retrieval, so getting this set up is the hard part, but once you do get set up, I can see this being a cool rogue deck. Again, nothing meta breaking, but you know, pretty cool at the same time. Hookah, stage 2, double colorless, discard 3 cards from the top of your opponent's deck. Not good. Being a stage 2, only 150 HP. Yep, not really gonna see play. Garbador is another card I wanted to talk about. With 2 colorless energy requirements. Garb Cyclone, 30x damage. This attack does 30 damage for the number of Pokemon tools in your discard pile. Then shuffle them into your deck. So basically, you're looking for an explosive stage 2. Turn 2 if you're playing with this deck. Ideally, you hit over 300 damage turn 2. So this, if you build it right, can be extremely powerful. You can build it with Cinccino, or you can just look to build it turbo with the Dene, and Crobat, and Eldegoss, and stuff like that. But pretty cool rogue deck. I would say Garbador is a pretty high tier rogue deck. And hopefully it lives up to that. Let's see what else is worth talking about. Let's see. Aegis slash V and Vmax. Let's take a look at both of these cards. Aegis slash V with a metal in the colorless, slash for 50 damage. Sonic Edge 130 damage. Ignore all effects on your opponent's active Pokemon while doing this damage. Not a bad attack. 130 damage is very low, but at least you get to bypass any goggles or something like that, so that's pretty cool. Aegis slash Vmax, Giant Slash, 160 damage. This attack does 30 more damage for each prize card you've taken. So Aegis slash Vmax can hit a maximum of 310 damage continuously if you're down to one prize card. So I see this card being useful mid game to late game. You're two-shotting every Vmax, and then you start one-shotting the Denes and Crobats and stuff, and before you know it, you've won the game. So Aegis slash V, probably not game-breaking, but it's close. It's certainly not a bad card. Let's see what else is good. Snorlax V has the ability of a tropical beach. Once during your turn, if this Pokemon is your active Pokemon, you may draw cards until you have 7 in your hand. If you use this ability, your turn ends. Not great, but this can certainly see play in stall. I would imagine stall decks. This can be used as a better Intrepid Sword, but at the same time, when you're playing control and stuff like that, you ideally do have 4 or more cards in your hand. So Zacian might just be better, is probably better than Snorlax more than half of the time. So I doubt Snorlax will ever see play, but it definitely can go in stall decks, like I said. Let's see what else is good. Exploud with the round attack, but I'm pretty sure only Loudred and Exploud have the round attack, so I don't know how good this card's gonna be. You're only hitting 200 damage for 2 colorless, and there's just so many better cards that can do better. And you're normal, so you're not hitting any weakness, so I don't really see point in playing Exploud, unless more Pokemon with the round attack come out. Then you can hit 300 damage, and now you're actually doing something. But 200 damage, it's just on the border of meh. That's my verdict. So now we're into the trainer cards. Drone Rotom. Look at your opponent's hand, then look at the top card from your opponent's deck and return it to the top of their deck. Not that good. If only if you could discard the top card of your opponent's deck. Basically, you get a peek at your opponent's. Basically, you get a peek at what your opponent's next turn is going to look like. Not a bad card, but your deck just. But in the current meta, your deck space is probably tight, and you don't have room to fit these sort of cards. So, I don't really see Drone Rotom being that good. I would rather play Lavender Town, so you can continuously do it. So Drone Rotom, not that good. Telephotoscope. The attacks of this Pokemon this card is attached to do 30 more damage to your opponent's bench Pokemon V and GX. That is very strong. This combos super well with Darmanitan Vmax. You're 3-shotting the Denes, Eldegoss, and Crobats. That's insane. Telephotoscope is really good. If only Galarian Darmanitan was not weak to Zacian, it might actually see play because it actually has a lot of tools now that I look at it. Memory Capsule, super good. Its ability to let your Pokemon use any attacks from its previous evolutions is extremely powerful. The question is, are there any good attacks in the meta that can really synergize well with this card? I don't think so at the moment, but in the future, this card will definitely see play. I have 100% confidence in Memory Capsule. Onto the supporters. B, discard the top 5 cards of your deck. Attach all energy cards discarded this way to your bench fighting Pokemon in any way you like. Cool card, cool concept. If you're playing a lot of fighting energy, you definitely can see this. Definitely cool fighting acceleration card we have. So you love to see fighting get more support, but I don't know how competitive this card will be. Leon. Once during your turn, your Pokemon attacks do 30 more damage to your opponent's active Pokemon, this card is just like Kikubi, except you don't draw 2 cards and you hit 10 more damage. I think Leon is an extremely powerful card. This card is 100%, I'm calling it now, going in Eternatus. Leon is so strong, it can let Eternatus hit 300 damage, and if you combine it with Goons and Scoop Up Nuts, you can easily one-hit KO Vmaxes. So Leon, such a good card, 100% gonna see play, really good card in my opinion. League Staff, draw 2 cards. If Wyndon Stadium is in play, draw 2 more cards. Drawing 4, super powerful effect. What does Wyndon Stadium do? Whenever a player plays a Pokemon VMAX from their hand to evolve their Pokemon, we heal 100 damage from that Pokemon. Could be a cool stall deck if you wanted to build one. Just continuously heal, and use this to draw 4, I guess. Pretty hard to keep that up, but that's just a combo that I thought off the top of my head. So pretty cool card, I would say. If Wyndon Stadium ever becomes super competitive, this support is definitely going to go with it. Nessa, choose any combination, choose up to 4 in any combination of water Pokemon and water energy from your discard pile and put them into your hand. Alright, this card is extremely solid in Frostmoth, I would imagine. Water now has a super solid recovery option. Instead of having to play Ordinary Rod, you now have Nessa. So that's super cool. It's like a superior energy retrieval as a supporter. You don't have to discard cards from your hand, and it's basically a better fisherman for water decks. So Nessa might see play in Frostmoth. I sort of doubt it at the moment, but definitely can see it as a way to continuously chain attacks in Frostmoth. So really cool card, I'm not gonna lie. Hero's Bath, each basic Pokemon in play takes 20 less damage from their opponent's attack. This is like Aether Paradise Center from Guardians Rising on steroids. Each basic Pokemon, really cool card. Might see play in a couple of basics decks. Basics getting more support. This might see play over Chaotic Swell and ADPZ. Now that I think about it, maybe this card isn't the healthiest for the format if ADPZ is still around. But again, really powerful card. Wash Water Energy. When it's attached to a water Pokemon, it provides a water energy. Prevent all effects of attacks from your opponent's Pokemon done to your water Pokemon. This card is attached to. So all effects of attacks, pretty cool card. But I don't know if this is ever gonna see play over basic water energies. Unless you're playing something other than Frostmoth, then this card won't see play. Because Frostmoth probably prefers to use normal water energies over wash water energy, I would imagine. But if Spread ever becomes popular, this card will be the cure for water decks, to say the least. Coating Metal Energy, probably one of the best cards released in Shocking Bolt. Metal Pokemon doesn't have weakness, so basically your Zacians aren't getting one-hit KO'd by Centiskorch, your Zamas aren't getting one-hit KO'd by Centiskorch V. Coating Metal Energy just buffs Zacian and Zama more and more and more. So I don't know how healthy these cards are for the format. I don't think there's anything too meta breaking, but certainly some cards to look out for. And that's gonna do it for the video on set review. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, please remember to like and subscribe. And as always, remember to stay safe and have a good day. Peace out.